And well, members of parliament defended the Auditor General, but now to have an even deeper conversation about this is Peter Wakaba, who is actually going to be speaking to Edward Nabangi, an auditor and financial consultant. Peter.
Thank you very much, Joanna. For a very long time, Kenyans have had this back and forth where essentially, well, the story has been that there has been attempts to remove the Auditor General from office in various ways. There have been allegations that this is because of his work in regards to auditing various bodies within government, within the counties, and that sort of thing. Not many people know exactly what is going on. So maybe for a start, maybe you can explain who exactly is the Auditor General.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. The Auditor General is an officer holding a constitutional office,
yes,
mandated to check on the financial transactions and the records of both the national government and the county government and other public institutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so his role is to ensure that Kenyans, revenue and tax money is well spent.
Yeah, in fact, his role is to ensure that, or he checks to confirm that the transactions or the expenditures are above regulation. You know, there are government regulations of how to spend government money.
Yes.
So when the officers charged with spending the money have spent, at the end of the year or after spending, then he comes to confirm whether the money was spent as per regulation. Yeah.
Which brings us now to the point of asking, so is that what an audit is, then looking through how money that was budgeted was spent and basically giving Kenyans an answer whether it was spent correctly or not?
Yes, basically that is. So he goes through the records to confirm if it was paid as per the financial regulation. Yeah.
Which brings us now to the point that as a man with decades of experience in this field of audit and with Kenya's records of corporate governance, corruption and that sort of thing, what is your take on that situation in broad terms?
In broad terms, the Auditor General should be carrying interim audits,
yes,
so that before the end of the financial year, at least he has brought out some issues which can be corrected. Yeah, so he should be empowered by more staff so that he can carry interim audits. Interim audits are those ones conducted before the end of the financial year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is interesting that you say that because currently the mega audits that he does sometimes are 2 to 3 years old.
Yeah.
And sometimes these alleged crimes, mismanagement, misspending has already occurred. So are you saying that then putting in place this sort of audit, which may be done, for example, quarterly, can reduce this situation?
That can really eliminate a lot because you have that judge will know that the issues will come out quickly and maybe it will be a moral constraint on them, not to maybe to spend money away from the regulations. Yeah.
There then is the question of bureaucracy and the capacity of that office to do what we're saying. Because they're centralized in Nairobi mostly, they have to deploy to various places. Do you think we then need to either strengthen or empower this office first to roll out staff across the counties who can then play these roles, or what's the way forward?
No, I think the youth can be empowered to employ more people so that these people go to those offices in a good time. Again, the office can be allowed to hire private firms, to conduct private firms, so that the work is done timely. Yeah.
Let's even move away from government, but stay within the same topic. The fact that over the past few years, we have seen issues of corporate governance come up in listed companies, in other major Kenyan companies. And this raises the questions of integrity and corporate governance and honesty. Where in your, do you think the rain started beating us in your capacity as an expert?
Yeah. Governance of organizations or good management rests with the directors or the people charged with running the organization. The audit only comes after, say, the financial year. Then he confirms whether the governance was as per regulation. So it is the duty of the directors or even the shareholders by extension to ensure that the organization runs well. So auditors come after a period. Yeah. However, that does not limit their work. They should also ensure that if there is anything that was done wrongly, it is to be reported. Even currently, we have a new requirement where when we publish audit opinions, we really comment on on the corporate governance, how if the internal controls were really observed. Yeah, there is a new requirement in audit.
Yes.
This
then raises the question of the sort of people who are running companies. Are they competent? Have they been trained? Are the directors empowered to be able to carry out the roles we are saying? Do a lot of Kenyan companies meet these thresholds? Do you think we should be putting in place methods to really means to empower them?
Yeah. No, for issues of corporate governance,
yes.
I think the government has come up with or government agencies are now there, which are affecting directors for companies to ensure that the companies have directors who live up to their work, who are competent enough. There are now government agencies. We have the Institute of Directors. We have even the Treasury has organs which check on the competence of directors. In fact, they have put the minimum qualification for you to be a director, especially in listed companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And has this been put in law?
Yeah, it's been in place.
Okay.
It's now working. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about yourself, because you're an expert on the ground and working in both Nairobi and in Western Kenya.
Yes.
And with devolution in the counties now, we've seen money move away from the center and go to those places. It has been suggested that this then enables the devolvement of corruption. What do we need to put in place in the counties to ensure that even when you do your job, you're then able to do it effectively, because the people who have been managing that cash are people who are able to?
Yeah. No, I think the financial systems must be strengthened.
Yes.
Like the budgeting system must really be monitored, and money to the counties is passed in a good time, and also the audits must be done in a time. I recommend especially government should even employ internal auditors who must report to the controller and auditor general. Yeah, that will really help in strengthening the financial systems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So finally, because of what you've just said, would then, if we were to apply what we are saying, positing as solutions here, then would the Auditor General's office hire companies such as yours and ask you then to audit Bungoma County or one of those?
No, true.
Yes.
They should hire registered accounting firms or certified public accounting firms so that they supplement his work. Yeah, because actually he doesn't have the capacity to audit timely all government departments and even the public organizations. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for your time, Mr. Edward Nabangi, an auditor of many years' experience, just here to shed light on what exactly it means when we start talking about the Office of the Auditor General and what we can do going forward in order to empower that office to be able to play its role more effectively. Joy, the fact that devolution has occurred and the money has moved to the counties, what will we do to ensure good governance in those places? Joy.